I almost fell off my chair then. But hello guys, good evening and welcome to the musical show. What is the musical show, you may ask? It is a show where we talk about music. But first of all, this is obviously the first episode under normal circumstances. The last one was just like countdowns and lists of like the best. I'll calm down eventually and I'll be able to continue. Music to my ears. I have to get. Oh my god. What am I supposed to do? That was a loud clap. Whoa. I don't even remember what I was saying. I give up. Right, as I was saying, this is the first episode of the normal circumstances, and it's still not really going to be fully under completely normal circumstances until next week, but it'll show off what the normal circumstances of like stuff will be. So first of all, I've got to give a quick overview of how the episodes are going to go. Right, so basically I will look at the albums released the week before, give them a quick little review, and yeah. After that, if I feel the need to, I might comment on a few other things to do with music or musicians, like say if Tory Lanez was found guilty like last week, I'd be talking about it like on the middle of the show, being like, right, Tory Lanez, right, before we get to so-and-so, I want to talk about Tory Lanez so-and-so, but I'm not gonna address that too much until his sentencing. I've just realised how messy my hair is. But after that, I will look to the albums that released today, because it comes out every Friday, and most music comes out on a Friday. And I will give out my expectations. Either expect them to be good, expect them to be bad, and then when I review them the next week, you'll be able to see if they exceeded, reached, or went far below my expectations and were super disappointing. And for the met my expectation ones, good or bad, obviously. Sometimes I expect an album to suck, and they do suck most of the time. And sorry, this is me. I don't usually talk in front of a camera for this long. I'm not used to it. Soz. And yeah, basically that's just how the show is going to go. And of course, if you want to say anything, I will try to remember to keep the comments open. And if you put an album in the comments of anything, like my community post or another video, or this, I will definitely review it the next week. And sometimes, obviously, I review albums that I said that I didn't even mention in the last episode that came out the week before, because people are saying it's really good or people are saying it's really bad. And occasionally I might go over a few albums I missed from previous months as well, because no matter how hard you try, you always miss a few. Right, I think I've explained it decently enough, I hope. I hope you got that. If you need any help in understanding how the hell the show is going to go, just comment below if I remember to keep the comments on, and I'll just explain it to you then, because usually I'm a lot better at explaining when I can just write it than if I'm showing it like completely scriptless. You can tell I'm already struggling to like finish my sentences off, because things don't float immediately off my brain when I'm just trying to talk in front of a camera without a script. So that's why there's like long pauses and say Mario's home, because I don't write a script, because I'm something called lazy. I should probably start writing scripts. I can hear my dog whining like mad. Yeah. But help. But I can't sit still as well, so we'll see a lot of me adjusting my glasses, because I don't do that every 30 seconds, and like how I sit and stuff. And here's one of them. I might as well show her off. Oops. Oopsie. Ugh. This is Lola. She wants to get down, quite clearly. But yeah, they'll probably make a few cameos every so often. And yeah, let's actually get into the show. Obviously, let's have a look at last week's music releases and review them. Except there weren't any because it was at the end of December and nothing usually drops at the end of December. Unless it's 2020 and your name is Playboy Carti, then you drop something on Christmas Day. He just does what he wants. And yeah, so instead, I think I'll replace it with artists who are expected to drop and how much I'm excited for them to drop if they do. First off, we will start with Taylor Swift, who's expected to drop Speaking Out Taylor's Version. That is personally one of my favourite Taylor Swift albums, and it has some of the best songs in her entire discography, and if I do not get a Dear John 10-minute version, I will cry. Please don't mess it up, Taylor. Please. Haunted is literally my favourite song of yours. Don't make me mess it up, because once that comes out, I can never listen to the OG again. Weezer, because they drop every year, are expected to drop, and they definitely will, because they drop every year. They're usually mid, but every so often they're not. Like, the last 3 EPs in the Seasons series, Spring, Summer and Autumn, were all solid. I mean, Spring was a bit mid, but and it has possibly their worst song ever on it. I could have literally just stroked Lola on my foot just then, just saying. She is under my chair. She is no longer under my chair. I'm just going to give you updates on that. That's all this show's about now. Tyler, the Creator, drops every 2 years. The last time he dropped was in 2021. We get a new Tyler. Let's go. And Carti, of course, is hopefully, for the love of God, going to drop, so everyone can shut up about him dropping. I think once people just give up hope and it starts to die down, Playboy Carti is just going to surprise drop on like a random Tuesday because he's Carti. Yeet is expected to drop at the end of the month, and as far as I'm aware, there's going to be a song with him and Lil Uzi Vert, and the last time they collabed on Flawless on his last project, it was a solid song. I don't mind Yeet because I'm a weirdo. And yeah, people are hoping for J. Cole to drop. People still think Frank Ocean's gonna drop. No, he's not. Frank Ocean, please drop though. I wasn't even facing the camera, that was awful. But please drop. Baby Keem, people hope he will drop. I hope he'll drop. It should be fire if he does. And you never know what other artists could drop classics. You never know what artists could come into the scene and start dominating, because there's always usually a few who completely blow up. It was David last year, D4VD, with Hit Here With Me and Romantic Homicide getting super viral on TikTok. The year before, it was Olivia Rodrigo, wasn't it? She might drop. I hope she does. And yeah, let's hope all of these artists will drop, and they will drop solid albums. And let's hope other artists that I haven't mentioned will drop. Lil Wayne, there's another one. And let's hope Kanye West doesn't drop. And yeah, I think that's enough of that. By the way, the episodes won't be as long as the 30-minute first one, usually, in this series, by the way. They'll probably be around 10 to 20 minutes long an episode, because I've got a lot to say when it comes to music sometimes. And obviously I'll have albums to review by then. And yeah, basically. Right, let's look to the new music that dropped today. NBA Youngboy dropped with an album I forgot the name of. I'll just grab my phone and look it up on Spotify. It's just my name on Spotify, which you can literally see at the credits. It might take a while of scrolling to find it because I haven't got any followers, if you really want to know about my super long playlist. Yeah, that's where it is. Sorry about Lola Wine in the background, that's a name. Actually no, I'll give Lola a little cameo. There's Lola. Right. NBA YoungBoy is expected to drop, as I just said. Well, NBA Young NBA. Oh my god, NBA YoungBoy is expected to drop every week. To be fair, because he drops so often. That's the entire reason why he's got a fan base, because he drops so much. Although I've listened to all of his projects post August, aside from one, and they were all mid. I rest my case as the new album. 19 tracks, 13 around 40 minutes long. Hopefully, this one will actually be solid, because he does have potential. He just always stuffs in a few mid tracks, and sometimes they do get repetitive as well. But you never know. He's got the potential to drop a decent album. He just never does, because he drops so much. So he's always going for quantity over quality. But if he does genuinely spend a while to create the best album he possibly can, it could be decent. And French Montana's dropping with numerous features such as A$AP Rocky, Benny the Butcher, ESTG, Nav, and a collab album with DJ Drama, who I think I've heard of, I just don't know from when. So yeah, not much, because both of those artists, admittedly, are usually mid, but, I mean, I've never really listened to French Montana, so I don't really know if he has potential or not. I know Unforgettable was huge with Sway Lee, and, yeah, basically. But I've never really deeply listened. I've not listened to any of his albums. This will be the first time I listen to an album. Let's hope it's good. But I haven't got much hope for what basically everyone else says about him. Although there is an A$AP Rocky feature. So you never know. I think Lola's trying to leave BRB. And obviously with YoungBoy, as I said, he's got potential to drop a decent project. He obviously doesn't spend enough time to do it, because he's dropping so much and just focuses on quantity. So usually albums turn out mid. But you never know. This might be the one where he actually starts to get on some sort of form. I doubt it, but it could happen. I think both of these are going to be mid. And yeah. Also, I will pick an album of the week. I rate them all out of 10, by the way, so it will be quite clear who wins. So, and then out of the albums of the week from that month, I will pick an album of the month on the first episode on a new month. I won't do it for like December of last year, because this is just new year, fresh start, ignore all the others from last year and stuff. And yeah, I'll pick an album of the month, and then I'll do a little, on the final episode, little elimination thingy. Obviously I can change them around when I go back to albums I've missed and stuff, and I probably will do that, because most of the albums I miss turn out to be good. And obviously at the end of the year, on the final episode of the year, I'll put them on like a little elimination tournament to show you my album of the year. I'll base two albums together, whoever is better goes through. I'll probably re-listen if I can be bothered, which hopefully I will be, because it's a good idea, I think. And yeah, basically, I think that's all you need to know about the musical show, and that's all you need to know about music this week. I don't really focus on singles that much. Although, Drake's collabing with someone, isn't he? Yeah, he's collabing with someone called Popcan, who is a little bit more obscure. Although, he was on Finesse 2 Times' album, and on Megan Thee Stallion's album. It wasn't Finesse 2 Times, it was Burma Boy, who is quite famous in his sort of area of music. He's done a song with Khaled and Ed Sheeran on his new album, which I've still not listened to, despite the fact it came out in July next year. I do need to get around to it. I probably won't review it, because I doubt it'll be anything that special or that interesting. But if you want to know my rating, then, again, just ask in the comments, and yeah, I will give it. But I think that is basically everything you need to know with music this week, music last week, which wasn't really any of, and how the musical show will be. I hope I haven't gone on too many tangents this episode, and I hope it's been a decent watch for you guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you've got anything to say, then comment it below if I remember to send the comments on. And I will see you on the next episode. See you next week. I just do that all the time. Oh look, bing 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 bing, I've got a new 10 out of 10. From 2022, we've got Spiritualized, Everything Was Beautiful. It just encapsulates everything I like about that sort of subgenre of rock music, all in one album. Some of the track titles are questionable though. Well, one of them, but yeah. It will probably appear, if not now, well, it will have appeared by now, but yeah. Spiritualized, Everything Was Beautiful, 10 out of 10. I'm not sure if it'll be for everyone. I've got a fairly acquired taste. I can enjoy a lot of weird, experimental, goofy, or rock, I guess. But I think it's really good. I don't know if it's any of your things. I'm just a weirdo who likes weird music. Yeah. So if you are too, you'll probably like this. You've probably already heard of Spiritualized if you like my sort of subgenre of rock music. Well, the subgenre of rock music this album's from, because I like all rock music. I'm just saying that this rock album is from a weird subgenre of rock music. That's basically all I'm saying. And that if you don't get that subgenre, you won't like it. But if you do, you definitely will. It's fire. Alright, in a bit. Actually, no, there is one more bit. Also, I'm the type of guy who sings all the time, so I'll probably get into a lot, especially given I'm talking about music. I can't talk at the moment. That's a thing with me. I can't talk sometimes, but yeah, see you next week.